So before I start my presentation, I would like to give just a short introduction of my company. So my name is Xin Yi. I'm representing JCS Design, Senian Berhad. Okay, so I want to introduce my JCS founder, which is Jack Cho. Yeah. So he led the company with over 18 years of experience. So under his leadership, we're actually focusing on the customizations for our clients. So our design approach is highly personalized. So it's based on like each of your preference, lifestyles, and needs. So we specialize in design and build, which means we handle the design process until the build completions, and we focus on functionality and aesthetic balance. Other than that, for the project execution, we handle from like concept, starting from a concept until the completions of the whole project. So everything we just ensure well coordinated, smooth, and I can say a stress-free experience for all our clients. This will be a 360-degree view of the 3D modeling. So you just imagine yourself inside this unit, which is a Type B unit. Okay, so let us working together through this space. Okay, so starting from this is the foyer. So as we see this foyer, so we see this like a clean, refined, and we implement as like a modern classic look design into this foyer. So the overall theme is more towards like modern classics. So modern classic is like we blend the simplicity with the classic element inside this, unlike the traditional classical design. So more and more like no more like the heavy decoration inside this space. So we implement like all these simple timber beading, but just to add some of the details into the cabinetry door, even some floated panel. So accentuated with a LED, very warm LED lighting, and we raise up the space underneath just for some like casual slippers, and even like friends come in, they can slot in their shoes before they go in. Okay, so we'll also we'll focus some of the detailing, like we choosing handle for our clients. We help them how to match the design with all these like tiny smaller things. Okay, so let's move on to the entrance. Okay, so first we see this corner. So this is a dry kitchen. Okay, so you see this corner, this cabinet. This is actually just we extended some additional storage for like you can store some expensive shoes inside rather than you store your shoes outside lah. So like you can put your keys, some of the stuff before you go in and out of the house. So this is just a small corner for your storage. So you see this is there's a hidden paneling door, so leads us into the wet kitchen. Okay, so everything when we do a hidden paneling here and we sound the panel, you don't see there's a door into the kitchen. So everything is clean and neat. So there is a serving counter with a dry kitchen island. So we highlight with some of the marble texture, and even this one. Okay, you see this. Some client they might worry like, I don't have many things to display, so I don't want the things to be like exposed. But sometimes we can make use of the rippled glass, which means we can see the lighting throwing out from the cabinet. There's ambience coming out, but we don't really see the things inside. So there's another design approach that we can suggest to our client. Okay, so then the other, you see this. This is another bronze mirror, a tinted mirror that we implement in this foyer. The entrance design is because we found that making this one, we enlarge the whole space, but without there's some of the detailing, like some groove line here, just to highlight the design. Okay, so let's move on to the living. Okay. So you see this living. First of all, we see this very very sharp, very contrast ceiling that we highlight with the like a gold brass inlay along the ceilings. Okay, so from the living, this can be added as like a focal points for the whole living ambience. Okay, so move on to this living. For living, okay, for the living panel, okay, you can see we implement some of the fluted panel. So in front of it is some of the marble textures. So paired with some of the timber finish and the white cabinet. So this is more like to a modern classic design. Okay, so okay, can make it like rotate. Okay, so you see this space when it rotate. Okay, so you can feel the space. Okay, you see this? We actually remove the existing sliding glass door. So this is another approach that after you remove, there will be a better a layout arrangement for your space. So it widens the whole space. So like in and out, even we extend the tiles here. Okay, so we stop at this one, the dining area. Okay, so okay. This is a very beautiful dining area. Like first of all, we see this. This is one of our main focus for this one. Okay, so for modern classic, we actually introduce this white plaster art. It doesn't very contrast, but it stands out, pop up by its textures. So we combine with some of the bronze mirror plus some inlay. So all these tiny details, it just gives us like a understated luxury. So it doesn't too overly heavy decorated, but it just gives us some like quiet elegance, I can say. Okay. So like you can pair with some of the pendant light. So everything it just look very clean, tiny, and okay, neat. Okay, so let's move on to the so walkway, there is a laundry. Okay, so this room is just leading to a simple laundry area here. So there's a DB here existing. There's a DB here. So we just cover it with some doors and do some drawer here, and a very simple laundry cabinets. Yeah, laundry cabinet. But for this, you can see we also put in some of the like a classic beading, yeah, along the design. So you will see the layer on our design, on the cabinet design. Okay. So next will be the bedroom one. Okay. So for this bedroom one, you will see the colors are slightly different, like we actually make use of the green velvet texture, so to give it a sense of like richness with this kind of velvet texture. Plus if you realize there's a curved panel design plus some of the beading, timber textures, and even the open shelf throw some lighting. So the overall look will be a slightly different, but it still contained inside a modern classic design. So you can, sometimes this is just for you can provide like your guest room stay inside. This is another kind of like approach. Okay, so next will be the, okay, yeah, you can rotate, yeah, you see the feel lah, so just a small dressing counter. Even the wall, we will put some timber beadings. Okay. So next will be the bedroom 2. Okay, so for this bedroom 2, the tone we slightly soften down to like a more beige and white color tones. Okay, so when my boss see this bedroom, he said this is suitable for parents because he saw I hang a picture like a mother, so it's suitable for parents' room. Okay, so for this one, we have a dressing counter just beside the bed, because we choose this is because there's a window here. It's sufficient for the makeup purpose. So the mirror you can either do like fold out or the slide out panel after the shelf. Okay, just rotate. Okay, you see this same modern classic wardrobe design with some of the rippled glass, same as well. We just want the ambience, the light coming out from the cabinet. But sometimes because you got a lot of clothes, so we don't want to let the things exposed, we'll just implement some of this kind of glass texture. Okay, so next will be our master room. Okay, for master room, we introduce a different veneer texture, like we place it 45-degree pattern. So pair with some of the tinted linings and some texture, and even the circular LED ceiling. So maybe Lynn, you can just rotate for them to see. So there's a circular LED ceiling. It's just part of our design to emphasize the whole master bedroom. So to give it a sense of luxury. So the other way around. Okay, you will see same. It's like a hotel design approach. So so slowly you will see the TV panel. Okay, it's looping. Okay, so you will see this TV panel. Okay, so with a console table, connect with a dressing counter. Just address it. I think it's this kind of it's like a hotel design approach is sufficient for a bedroom, because actually there is a hidden door which leads us to the walk-in closet. So we try to save the space inside walk-in closet. That's why we shift our dressing table outside the rooms here with some of the LED here. Okay, so LED like for makeup, actually that's important that we need the front lit light to throw to our face when makeup. So I think a woman will be more focused on all these tiny things like the LED and all that. Okay, so let's go into the walk-in closet. So this will be a kind of like open wardrobe design, because it's already enclosed inside a space. So we don't want to do any more like door to close the space, or else the space will look cramped. So we try to propose like this kind of open wardrobe design. So you have a better, more spacious space for you to like hang your clothes. Even you can see all this lighting out when this kind of open design inside your wardrobe. So you see the backing, the texture, all the linings. Okay, so it's part of the design that brings up the luxury feels. Okay, it's not too overly. It's just minor things that brings out the sense of the luxury. So lastly is the study room. Okay, so same. Study room will place in front of the window just for some of the like sufficient lighting for workstations. Even the wall, we have all this timber decorative, the timber beading as a decorative beading. So we continuous the element on the cabinet doors. So pair with some of the veneer textures. So all this material, when you approach to us, we'll help you to select and suggest to your, like even some of the lighting, what kind of lighting used for like in a study room, even in a like laundry area, what kind of lightings. So all this will consult you. Okay, so even like you will see this track light. So nowadays a lot of people also quite like this kind of track light because it gives us a flexibility. You want to add on the lights, you want to spot what kind of areas, so it's very convenient. So they will slowly minimize the use of the eyeball. They will use this kind of like track light to give you the chances to adding some additional light. Okay, so I think that's about for the Type B proposal. But before I end my presentation, I also want to show you that other than this modern design, we can also do this. This is a morning session that I present for the mid-century modern. Yeah, for the mid-century modern, we call it like 中古风. For the Type A session is for like a more younger people to stay in. So this modern classic is for our Type B. Not sure everyone would like this kind of brighter tone kind of design with some of the detailing. So we got Type C. It's a very calm, interesting, artistic Zen design, like more Japanese kind of design. Okay, and we got this one, the old money aesthetic. So some people might like this kind, especially some of the businessmen. They like this kind of like luxury. So it's okay. For all this design, we got a booth in level 1. So later, if you have like interested, we can show you all our design for the rest of the units. Okay, so you can explore more that maybe you see something that you like. JCS showroom, we are excited to announce that we have our JCS own showroom in this property, Block B, Type D. So this will be an upcoming showroom that, but you just follow us, so you get a latest news on how our quality. You can go and experience to see test the textures and even the craftsmanship. Yeah, you can experience by the time. Just follow us. Okay, lastly is this one, because as part of our role to deliver a complete home, not only the layout and aesthetic, we need a true home experience, like how a space feels. So we work closely with all these partners like Havel for the fittings, furniture. I'm sure that you know some of them, like Apidex, Ambience Living, like for furniture, curtains, and even the smart home integration in our design. So for this one, we are able to extend the additional value to all our clients, at which you get a better product access, better price, better like more exclusive arrangement. Yeah, so this is what we can promise. So because they are our partner. So why we focus that, as we see a design is more than like we feel the space. So you go in later, I will show you. There's another video from one of our partners that is a smart home, Morgan. They are the high-end supplier that focusing on the whole house experience. So you can feel the aircon, feel the what kind of lighting that you see, like music that you hear, the sound, the smell, like aroma, feel. So all this we can integrate inside our a complete home. A home don't need much of the lighting. Sometimes you just need an ambience. All this smart home integration, you can just adjust the lighting, adjust the brightness, adjust the tone, whatever kind of feel that you like when you enter a house. Yeah, we can just help to create. This is what the core value that we keep on trying to achieve. Yeah, you see all this lighting, the lighting. Not all the lighting have to throw from up. We can throw like the from the down part shines up. Some decorative lighting. Yeah, some automation, smart panels. bedroom no need like so bright. This is enough ambience for restful, and even their socket, their switches, all done by the famous architect designers. After work, you just enjoy drinking a wine in your favorite home. Drinking wine after the work, even sound like this kind of fabric texture, we can help our client to choose. So this is just a short video for you to feel the ambience that we're trying to achieve. So we have a booth in level 1. So later if you feel interested, you can go to the lift lobby and goes up level 1. We have prepared some door gift for our clients. Okay, so I think that's all. Thank you once again for your time. So yeah, thank you.
My name is Ida, and the one presenting with me will be Vic today.
Oh, hi.
And then we will show you 4 design styles across the board. And then we will start with introducing our company, but we make it very brief. So we have been in the business for 16 years, and we have our work has been on various articles and international and locally, even on Tatler. Okay, this has been on Tatler Taiwan. And this has been also on Tatler, and we have won several awards, mostly under resident. So basically, we have done a lot of international and local work. We cover residential, commercial, and as such lah. Okay. So without further ado, we're going to go straight into the presentation itself. Now, the 4 design styles that we're looking at are a modern Zen, cool aesthetic, postmodernism, and modern classic. But before that, we're going to show you a video that covers all the 4 designs, yeah? The 4 recent design that you saw is actually can be used in any of your units lah. But so we show different type, different designs so that you can actually see how they look in each of the units. So without further ado, I'm going to give the floor to Vic for him to explain for the different type, focusing first on type B. Yeah?
Today we are presenting for type B. So based on the 4 designs that we have shown you earlier, we have assigned cool aesthetic to type B. So I'm going to make this really brief, I promise you. So, okay. Cool aesthetic is basically a design style that is very focused on clean and cool lines. Generally, the kind of material we use is more metallic, more cold in a sense, but it's mostly focused to be more sleek in a sense. We'll go straight to the layout. As you can see, it's what we did was our main core focus here is to have this breakfast counter right straight out from the entrance. As you can see, it's very we focus a very strong linear lines towards the entire layout. We don't intend to change too much of the layout. What we have here is mostly how we apply the spaces more efficiently. Type B design is inspired mostly by the round edges and very metallic and light colored material. Our core focus here in the design is always to ensure that the space is, when you come in, it doesn't feel claustrophobic. It's open, it's airy. That's the key thing. And also materiality is very important. Take for instance, the strong use of metallic surfaces here right at the kitchen. As you can see, we zoom into the kitchen area. We have this dry kitchen and a hidden door within the panel where it leads to the wet kitchen. So at the dry kitchen here, this is where we show the breakfast counter here made out of stone. Living hall, you can see there's the openness. The core feature here that we are trying to focus here is the openness of the space. The dining space with the living and the TV area, the colors just blends in as it's darker. It grows up to a more cooler, lighter air in the middle, and then it just slides back down into a more stronger, deeper color to the end.
Man, right now there was an issue whether we should omit the sliding door or not. But thinking of our weather right now, we opt to keep the sliding door so that it acts as your second insulation against heat and noise. So what we recommended is like you have a Roman blind, motorized Roman blind at the lanai area, and then you have a sheer curtain or solid and sheer curtain in the front. But the rest we keep it very, very simple. What we're trying to present is to give you something modern and extremely sleek so that the space looks bigger than it is. It is so very important because you have the sky there, so the sky is your view. But everything else is keep everything minimal. The lanai, we are proposing to do a textured wall. It can be your coffee place, it can be your Pilates, yoga. It has enough size for that. And then the other side is also the same. Now, basically, Bon Kiara gave us a budget that we have to meet. So this is what we presented to you based on the given budget lah. But you can do anything like up to you. Basically, we are very design oriented and very detailed. So this is what we have come up so far, and because we can't decide, that's why we offer you 4 different packages. So this is the master bedroom. Then those who has 20 handbags, this is your time. And then, or you can have Ultraman displayed. The room, because we want to keep the size of the room very light. So even the cabinet has to be very shallow lah. The deep cabinet is on the other side. So this is where the focus is, your TV with the cabinets, and then the kat dalam is actually a walk-in closet that is to die for. And you can have an option that you can slide the door. No, we can't because there's an aircon there right now. We can't slide the door open. We can't slide the door closed. So that's why this option, you have a closed wardrobe. Okay. The glass is an option. Reality, that's going to be very messy lah, but that is just for show. Now, most of the material we're going to use is laminate. That's where the price starting from. Laminate and veneer, everything laminate and laminate. For the rest of the design, do come and visit us upstairs, Kapas. We can show you the rest of the design lah. So that's it. Do come and see.
Okay, a bit of introduction. My company actually founded in 2018. So we've been in this industry actually more than 8 years. So what we do, right, usually we basically do design and build providing services. Basically from design to renovation, to material selection, to furniture selection, and dealing with authorities or those management is done by us as well. Always guided by our philosophy, right, made by hearts. What do we mean by that? Actually, everything, right, we put each of the attention to the design detail. For example, like each person, right, have their own feng shui preference, have their own lifestyle, have their own habits. So we put all this, right, into the attention to generate a unique design from them. Sorry. So usually we do, most of them are tailor-made custom design. So for this particular case, we actually are guided by a few simple rules. How do we design for the Born Chiara Type B units? Later I will share on. So a little bit introduction, what do we do at the past? This is one of our projects we done previously. So each of our project, right, actually we like to name them. So we like to tell story about each project. They have their own style, have their own story, and design in such a way. Because to us, right, as a designer, we think as the design as a solution. Every design comes with a purpose, not just design for aesthetic part. So this is another design we've done previously. This is also another design we've done previously. So for you guys, right, who are interested to browse through more of our portfolio, right, actually you can go to our social media platform, our website, our IG, or our Facebook to look more about it. So this is another design we did previously. For this particular house, right, we just hand over recently. Why am I showing this, right? Actually, right, what I'm trying to tell you, we are capable to build everything from scratch, even from empty ground. So let's say in the future, you guys have an empty land to build a bungalow, right? You can look for me. I can build a very nice bungalow for you guys. So this is the whole process for the bungalow. So this is the end result. We just hand over this last month. Particular Type B Born Chiara design, right? Like I said just now, usually we design based on client's lifestyle, habit, preference. If let's say they have feng shui element want to implement inside, we can do that as well. But for this case, right, because I don't have any particular direction, so I take inspiration from this Born Chiara Born words, okay? So I take inspiration from the words and the inspiration from their logo. So to me, right, what is the Born meaning that? Actually, Born, there's some teaching and some philosophy. I just treat three parts. So first part, the philosophy, I need to go with the balance with the nature. Second one, need to be stillness, meaning that need to be calm and quiet in terms of serenity and tranquility, meaning inner peace and outer quiet. And then third, most of important is the harmony side. So I apply these three philosophy into the Type B design. And then what we think of, right, we will introduce a design based on Japanese style. As you can see from the design here, right, there's a lot of curved element, right, actually inspired by the Born logo, and then a curved element is here as well. This is the entrance to the condo. So as you can see, right, for the shoes cabinet, why we do in such a way, right, actually there's a feng shui saying that the shoes cabinet we cannot do until our eye level, up to our eye level, because it's not good for our feng shui. So that's why we design in such a way so that eye is below our eye level and easier to get the shoes. So when we're going to enter, you will see a partition or a foyer here. So you will become a focal point for the foyer here. Why we design in such a way, right? Because some clients, right, they, if let's say believe in feng shui, especially Chinese, we believe in the wealth chi, you know? So the wealth chi, right, will retain for the whole house. And then for privacy-wise, you won't see like the whole house in one glance. This is what we believe in. That's why we design in such a way. And then bear in mind, what we design here, right, is based on what our perspective to Born. It might not be suitable for you guys, but let's say you guys looking for another tailor-made design, you can look for us as well. Okay? This is what we developed from the philosophy. Okay. When we come into entrance, the dry kitchen, you can see it's very simple design, and then we retain some of the minimalist design over here. What we're trying to do here is actually we bound back to our principle, which is peace of mind, peace of inner state. Because why? To us, right, actually peace, right, is actually a luxury for nowadays. We want to bring back people coming back to our life, bring back to real world like that. Because everyone is looking at the phone, looking at the digital devices nowadays. We want them to be more tactile, want to be more real. That's why we make it more simple, more timeless design. So when you go into the space, right, we want you guys to feel actually it's very peace, very calm. You feel comfortable inside the space, and then you feel peace. This is what we want to achieve. So like our previous project, each of our project, right, actually we have a name for the project. This project we call luminous harmony, meaning that we combine the element of the sky and the earth and the nature of the wood to generate a new design come out based on the bond principle. If you notice, right, there's a lot of those, look into the detail, right, there's a curved element over here, curved element over here, which is inspired by bond design as well. So, for example, like this here and this here, okay? So we didn't change too much of in terms of the layout or what is provided by the developer, because we want to minimize all those wastage, and then we want to retain the reputation for Bond Kiara as a green RE certificate design developer. What we have here, right, actually, we are providing everything, including all those loose furniture, what you see over here. So what we are not providing, right, is actually like those electrical appliances, curtain, and mattress, which is what we provider having over here. You guys can go to their booth to have a look, because I think they have a better deal than me. So we go to the dining hall. This is the dining hall design. We want to make it a more symmetry design in terms of the aesthetic, and you will feel more balance and harmony toward the space. So when you're dining over this area, right, you'll feel peace, calm, slow. This is another angle for the design. As you can see, right, even the aircon, we retain in the same level of the beam. We didn't relocate anything. Same goes to, we want to minimize all those hacking, relocation, wiring works, and those on. So in terms of the budget-wise, we'll be save a lot as well. Because I believe, right, what Bond Kiara already provided is very good. They're providing a very semi-furnished design with very good finishing, even a tiles they are giving for Runis. So we respect the design, and then we want to retain it. So this is the master bedroom design. So the bed head, right, actually we purposely to do longer over here, actually to make it visually looks bigger for the bedroom wise. And then this is the wardrobe we designed in such a way, make it more simple. So this is the loose furniture we are providing. This is another bedroom design. The pricing I'm showing here, right, is actually based on type B, what I perspective for this particular design with the loose furniture, okay? The one I didn't provided, which is the electrical appliances, curtain, mattress, water filter, I didn't provide. So everything is over here. So based on just now the design, we managed to achieve 170 per square feet to 200 ringgit per square feet. But bear in mind, this is based on the design I showed just now. So if let's say you guys looking for more customizable design, can look for me later. So thank you guys for your time. So I'll pass back the mic to Angeline.
So the makeover guys exist for one reason, to make better homes. Sounds simple, but after doing this for 10 years, I realized there's a deeper layer of complexity behind making better homes, right? Because of the diverse needs everyone has. So how do we design something that's simplistic enough and yet flexible enough to cater to everyone's different needs? And today I'll focus a little bit more about our philosophy and how we make that a reality. Can we do that? The Makeover guys have been doing this for more than 10 years. We've been around, this is our 11th year around in the market. And to date, over these 10 years in a decade, we've completed over 7,000 makeovers, or even renovations per se. And along the line, we notice a pattern, right? If you're talking about the level of simplicity and complexity required, really depends on the intent. Some people use it as a secondary home, right? Where you already have invested in a bungalow and all that. And sometimes the approach when renovating a secondary home, you need a more simplistic approach. And when it comes to your own, for some people, it's a milestone in your life. You got this, this is my forever home, right? Let's make it look like my forever home. And that also increases the complexity. Our team size is around 240 people, so we have around 200 people across Malaysia, and we are available in 4 cities, right? Namely Klang Valley, JB, Kuching, and KK. So that's a little bit about who we are. And around all this, like I said, in our quest to make things to make better homes and to make everything more simplified and a little bit more structured. This is our group of companies to support that. So we have Makeover Guys, we have Easy Home, Cozy Homes later, but I won't bore you with all that stuff. And one of my favorite projects, because it was my first project without creative boundaries, right? I can do anything I want because it's our own office. And just to share, this is our office, and we have a cafe there. So what we have prepared today, I want to buy everyone coffee. So inside later, I'll give you all coupons, right? And there's a QR code for you all. Please, if you're ever in the neighborhood, come by, let me buy you coffee. And we also have an experience center where you can actually walk through the services we provide, the materiality, the quality, the flow, the thoughts behind the stuff that we do, and all that is here. Okay, now, really, enough about me. Today is about you. I think in interior, I've been always thinking, right, what makes a good design great? And then I know that you'll come, naturally, a lot of words will come, right? It has to be lifestyle driven. You have to follow the needs. You have to follow the persona of the person. It really depends on the intent, the taste, the requirements. But I feel that it's still not actionable. You know, to me, if your lifestyle is, I love traveling the world and, you know, I love hosting friends, right? Number one, I think the level of actionable things I can plan for you is still a little bit limited. So we went one day deeper, which I feel that ultimately a home is built to support your daily rituals. That's it. It's all about your daily rituals. So what do I mean by that, right? How do you wake up? When I wake up, what's the first thing that I do? How long does it take me to get there? Do I need to walk around something? Where do I charge my phone? Where do I charge my stuff? When I come home, where do I put my keys? Where do I put my bag? Do I need to put my bag in the bedroom and then come out? So ultimately, it's all about the daily rituals. And one of our philosophies is when we're designing homes for families, for people, you know, we always ask, it's all built around daily rituals. And I want to do something with you guys, right? Okay, really. Just, can I just do a quick scan? I just want to get to know all of you better. I just want to do just a short little questionnaire that I need to fill so that I can understand everyone's needs better, right? Netflix, music. This morning music was pretty far down. Netflix, coffee, a lot of coffee lovers here, right? I love a well-designed home coffee bar. And a lot of pet owners here as well. I noticed a lot of kids here. How come kids is not being... That's weird. But I do see a lot of kids in this room though. Right. Okay, so top choice, right? There are a lot of music lovers in this room. There are a lot of people who love to watch Netflix, right, and chase movies. And there are a lot of, coffee is now number one. There are a lot of great people who love coffee. I personally love coffee. And like I said, I love a well-designed home coffee bar. That comes to my point, right? So since everyone's need is so different, how do we create a solution that can fit everyone's needs, right? Which is why at the Makeover Guys, we have this approach from simple to complex. I'll explain a little bit about this later, but ultimately with this approach that we have been doing for the past 10 years, this is just some of the work that we have done, right? So this house, I will consider this on the more complex side because this house was tailor-made based on the personality of the customer, right? Revolve everything around their daily rituals, their lifestyle, their preferences, their tastes, and of course, you know, the very earthy tones that they like. And this house was built around that. So more pictures of this, and to give it a very unique personality, we also included a lot of detailing works as part of the feature, right? The curved walls. So at the curved parts, it doesn't stand out too much, but it still gives the space a very unique character. So this is a little bit more on the right-hand side, a bit more complex. I will call this, is somewhere in the middle. It's somewhere in the middle in terms of complexity. This unit is actually a rental unit. They wanted a simple unit, but because the rental of this place was pretty high, right? It was $8,000 per month rental place, and the owner wanted to spice it up to give it more power in the tenant market, which was why this is in the middle of the bar, right, in terms of complexity. And this is also bespoke. Bespoke means it's tailor-made to the family, the people that they need. This is some of the work we've done. And because they have two young kids, right, and they came to us and they said, hey, I'm currently living in an apartment, and the apartment is pretty small, and this is the first time I am upgrading to a landed home. And what I faced during the apartment is that I realized that my kids, because the common area is pretty small, so the kids tend to go back to their rooms. They hang out in their rooms and not in the common area. So the key priority of this project, when they came, they said, can I create something where the living room encourages family bonding? And because it's kids, right? And as kids grow, it also it also has to fulfill it, right? So we created a pretty dramatic statement in the middle of the ground floor, where it actually now, they love it so much because the kids, they can either sit on the platform or sit on the chair. They do their homework on the floor and they play. So it's pretty fun. But when guests come over, you can actually, this sofa is double-sided, so you can pull the back over, and it turns into a very nice hosting area where people can eat and you still can sit on the sofa instead of facing at the TV, right? So it becomes a very flexible space. So on this, we deem this as on the right-hand side of the complexity model that we have. This is another example. Yep. This one is very special. The owner wanted to create something totally unique, designed from ground up. He said that I don't want a house that looks like every other home on Pinterest. Can you create me something very unique to me, right? And this was one of the things we got, and very, very blessed to have this interior picked up in international design magazines like Design Anthology, and of course Tatler House at Tatler Asia as well, who featured this. Yeah. And on the more simple framework, on our more simple framework, this is actually units built for rental, right? The owners didn't want to do too much, didn't want to spend too much, wanted a quick makeover, and yet needed a home that is very unique enough to grant them good rentals. And you may recognize this guy. This is Sean Tan, Yi-Heng, right? This is his house as well. So this is the one we built and helped him rent out as well. So yeah, that's that. And of course, these are the rental rates that we have achieved after our makeovers. So design possibilities. Like I said, you've heard many wonderful ideas from the other IDs today. So I probably won't spend too much time here, but I do want to say that Type B, I love this layout. Number one, I think it's a great size. It's big enough and not too overwhelmingly big. And when I was working with Born Kiara, when I first saw this layout, one place really stood out to me, and I have to give credit to Born Kiara, which is the Lanai area, right? How often do you see a semi-indoor, outdoor layout in Malaysia? Right? And because it is not very common in Malaysia, I figured that maybe a lot of people may not have enough ideas on what to do with a lanai, right? What are the possibilities of the lanai? And that's exactly where we come in. Our job is to help you explore the possibilities of such spaces. So, but before that, another area that's pretty flexible in this is really the bedroom 4 and all that, which could be converted to anything you want. Like I said, we have a design framework. The bedrooms can be configured to anything you want, be it a work from home, be it a kid's room, be it music, right? I saw music. That could be a music room. That could, if music means high-end audio, that could be your audio room, right? So the possibilities are pretty endless. And just share with you some of the possibilities that you can do with the lanai. Bon Kiara actually provided a water inlet outlet there. And I feel that place, is such a great social space if you like hosting, right? If you open up the windows, you have this great night view, and you still have this bar you can hang around, and and it's near the dining table as well. And, it's such a nice hangout space. Having dining is the same thing. Morning, you get to dine morning sun during breakfast. And at night, if you eat there, you have this fantastic night view, which makes the whole space. I mean, this also anchors that space to be a pretty significant feature space in your house. If you have pets, could be pet. If you have love, you have golf, you have kids, you can play kids. Just separate views on all this. Just different angles of the stuff that we have done. And I just want to share, to help you with this journey, my team has pre-prepared 4 different design styles. Feel free to talk to them. They were more than happy to share what we have prepared with you guys, how much it costs, and also explore other possibilities with all of you. So dining table, it can be a place for you to display your collectibles. Some people like to cook, and when cooking, you're often disconnected, right? So we're exploring possibilities of a layout where you can cook and still be engaged with the rest of the home. I saw you guys love coffee. There is this one nook that can actually serve as a beautiful coffee bar for your daily rituals. Again, all this, my team is ready to show you what we have prepared. So we're at the back of the room. Please feel free to come talk to us. So these are all the different renderings, just a sneak peek of what we have prepared for you. I know Netflix is high on the list, right? Netflix is very high on the list. But let's face it, from an interior perspective, sometimes having a big black box, glossy, not the best, right? Doesn't look that great. So again, we offer simple solutions like this, where you can close it up, and daytime, if you want a clean look, you just close it up, display it, and then at night you want to watch TV, open up. So again, it's like giving you 2 looks with one. And just to share, we are also official partners of Sonos. So if you come with us, we can even fill up your house with full Dolby Atmos, right? 12.1.4 Dolby Atmos system, so you can enjoy a full home theater experience in Bon Kiara Type B. Small nooks. Yeah, if you got pets, you can even build stuff where all your pets can hang around, run around, work from office, work. Okay, so just back to my framework. So how do we design this? So how many people bought Type B as an investment unit? Can I put out your hands, please? All own stay. All own stay. Very good. Then can I see how many people bought Bon Kiara Type B for your own use? Put a hand. Nobody. God. Sorry. 30%, right? So I'll assume majority is own use. Now, looking at Type B layout, then my next question will be, looking at Bon Kiara, where it is, the size of layouts, the number of room, I will say that 2-generational living is one of the most common configuration, right? So what do I mean by 2-generation living? Husband and wife and kids, or husband and wife and parents, right? How many people plan to use Bon Kiara Type B in this, this style, like 2 generations? Can I show hands? 2 generation. 1 generation, only husband and wife. Wow, not bad, nice. That's a very good size for 2 people, very nice. 3 generations. 3 generations means parents, husband and wife, kids. Three generations. Okay, got it. So at least I get the sense of the use, right, of 2,500 square feet. So you have your single generation, double generation, of course, triple generation. And like I said, all your needs are different. Since there's no one renting out a property, I won't probably go into this, but just quickly sharing, for the most simplistic approach, what we do is we profile your property, we share around the surrounding area rentals, tell you how much you can earn. We propose a design, we help you rent it out, we manage the tenant for you via our tenancy management subscription, and then we insure all your furniture because we don't want tenants to damage it, right? So that's how complete our process is. But now, on the other hand, step 3 and 4 is supported by Cozy Homes, which I shared with you on our ecosystem. And then now, for own use, we really need to deep dive into your requirements so that we can personalize it as to your needs. Like I said, in this room, there are people who have pets, right? There are people who love coffee. There are people who love movies. There's single generations, 2 generation, 3 generation living inside one house. And these are the 5 steps that we go through. The first thing, we understand our lifestyle budgets, your daily rituals. We do the space planning. We decide the look and feel. Then we talk about the build and function, including the mood of the house, the ambient lighting, what they will want, and ultimately we furnish and finish. Means it's full turnkey, including furniture, all done for you. That's it for my part. Thank you so much. Do follow the makeover.my to check out more of our work. We're on IG, Facebook,